Kush's movie review.
Yes, welcome to Kush's movie review, a segment where Kush reviews a movie. If you are watching the YouTube standalone version, do us a favor. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, give a thumbs up, and leave some comments in the comment section. Let us know what you think of the movie and also of the review. This week, Kush is reviewing Expend4bles, the fourth movie in a series of movies which sees Rocky Balboa and Ivan Drago find out that both their mothers' names is Martha, and they become best friends and fight crime.
I would have loved that if that was what it was.
It would have been
I
fun. And
hated it in
also,
Batman vs Superman, but I would have loved that.
before you get into the review of this movie, may I just say that I haven't seen this movie yet. Loved the first couple. But I'm really frustrated that they've gone Fast and the Furious with the titling of this movie, where it's not
yeah.
Expendables 4. They've replaced the A with the number
four bulls.
They Expend4bles. Like,
yeah,
that's terrible. Like, if anything, it's worse because at least when Fast and the Furious did it, it kind of made sense. Like they did Fate of the Furious, F8. It made sense.
Mm-hmm.
But
Too Fast, Too Furious,
Expend4bles,
all the above.
Terrible.
Expend4bles.
Terrible.
And you can't help but say Expend4bles. It's not Expendables 4. It's in the post. It's Expend4bles. And you're just like, this is what happens when you take too many concussions to the head. Then you start pronouncing things like Expend4bles. Mm-hmm. That's unfortunately not the biggest problem this movie has. So this is Expendables 4. It is a hard R, and it comes in at a modest hour and 43 minutes.
It's not bad.
Small footnote, parts 1 and 2 are also 1 hour 43 minutes, but for some reason the PG-13 part 3 came in at over 2 hours. It's like 2 hours and 10 minutes or something stupid. I'm just like, oh God, like that movie was already bad and you made us sit through another 25 minutes of it. Oh, fuck you.
Did I see Expendables 3, Kush? Did I see that? Which one?
I hope you didn't.
Which one had Chuck Norris in?
Part 2.
And is that the one where Arnold Schwarzenegger does his big entrance where he's like, I'm back? Is that 2 as well?
That could have just been part 1, though, honestly. But that's Arnold. That's his phrase. So that could have also been Kindergarten Cop 2. I don't know.
Okay, maybe I've seen 1 and 2. But anyway, proceed.
All right, yeah. Part 3 is not good, but that's a whole other review for a whole other segment that we haven't even created yet. Like you, Mike Fish, I actually really like part 1. And you know what? I'm just going to be upfront about it. None of these are good movies. But here's why I like part 1. They didn't promise us a good movie. What they promised us is here's all these action heroes from the 80s and 90s. Here's a couple of new dudes that are on the scene now. And here's a couple of B-stars that never got their time to shine. And we're going to put them on a platform and let the world see how dope they were and what you may have missed out on. And that was Expendables 1.
It was like cool an action movie all-star game. It was fun.
Exactly. It didn't need to have a decent plot to it. It didn't need to have a good story to it. That I grin ear to ear when I watch that bullshit still today.
I thought the plot was way better than it was supposed to be. Like for what I expected going into it, I was like, huh, this movie actually makes sense. I'm impressed.
My biggest problem with the original Expendables is Dolph Lundgren's heel turn, apparent off-screen suicide, and then at the end of the movie, he's just hanging out drinking beers with the boys, going, "Sorry guys, I got a little carried away back there. I guess. Thanks for being cool about that, Jet Lee. No problem, man." And then they're just drinking beers. Like Expendables 1 has an amazing monologue from oh god damn it, Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke gives the best performance in that movie, and it's a goddamn shame he was never in part 2 after that. He negotiated terribly. He was like, "I need more money." I'm an Academy Award nominee now. And they're like, no, we'll just take that monologue you gave us and roll with it. I hated part two. I hated part two for everything that everyone hated part one for, except they added Liam Hemsworth, who isn't. That's not the problem I had with. He goes this stupid monologue about how he left the United States Army because they shot his dog one day. Like I don't know why they needed to shoot his dog, but I was just like, really? That's this guy's motivation? And then he dies, and so we're gonna revenge him? Man, get the fuck out of here. That's stupid. But everyone ate it up. They're like, Expendables 2 is the shit, y'all. Like, I wish this was Expendables 1. Like, I love this. It's amazing. No. Not even a
Oh, you're our second
part
favorite
three.
Hemsworth.
Expendables 4. Expend4bles stars Jason Statham, 50 Cent, Megan Fox, Ika Uwais, who you know from the movie The Raid and The Raid Part 2. He is the villain in this, along with Andy Garcia, which is very strange. There's about 15 other names on this. Why did I not mention Stallone? Because he's maybe in it a whole 10 minutes.
Oh,
It's
boo.
really weird why he's not in more of it. It's really weird that they give him. I mean, I guess they don't give him front billing, but he's still like number two build.
I
Um,
think he's like front of the poster.
he's definitely got his own poster. He's definitely on it. All the posters. He's definitely got his own character poster. Do I want to give out spoilers? Fuck it. It's Expendables 4. Most of you aren't going to see it, and if you have, you'd have seen it already. Mike Fish, I don't think I'm. Actually, you want to see this. So, do you want spoilers, Mike Fish?
Yeah, go for it. It's like I
They
said,
try to
it's not the
pretend
biggest,
that's
it's not the biggest, it's not the deepest movie. I'm not worried.
no, it's not at all. They try to pretend that Sylvester Stallone gets murdered in this. Like the airplane's getting shot up while everyone's on a mission. Their airplane finally gets taken out by a surface to air missile, and then when Jason Statham runs over to the wreckage, sure enough, you see a charred corpse with Stallone's ring on it, and he's like, "Holy shit! Like they murdered the fuck. There's no way he's coming out of this. Like, holy shit! Wrong, wrong." Sylvester Stallone gets to play Deus Ex Machina at the very end when he saves Jason Statham out of nowhere, and then like, "Hey man, I thought you were dead. Like I saw your corpse. We had a funeral." What? And he's like, and then he explains it, and I'm just like, "That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard." Like I'm offended that you thought that this would be okay for a storyline on any platform, especially an Expendables movie. Fuck you.
Well, I thought Dolph Lundgren could do it in the first one, so I thought I'd do it. As ever been.
Dolph Lundgren. Dolph Lundgren plays a shadow of himself, like not even a good caricature. He's playing an old man now, and I'm okay with that because technically he's an old man now. However, when he's out there on the battlefield, he's supposed to be the sniper, misses 100% of all the shots he takes. Unlike what Wayne Gretzky says, you miss, and you all know it. Michael
Yeah.
Scott said it too. He's doing a thing where he's going through. He's a recovering alcoholic, and then in just the middle of a firefight, he's like, "I mean, I might be dying." To be fair, he might be dying in the next 10 minutes, but he pulls a flask out and just downs that shit. He's like, "All right, it's good to be back," and then he takes 100% of the fucking shots he makes. Like, it's like this is fucking stupid, and it's a bad message. Also, like
Yeah.
Expendables movies don't need to have a message, but like the guy's a fucking recovering alcoholic. That's just irresponsible. I mean, again, we're not trying to make too much out of the Expendables movie. As I said, Stallone dies. Heavy air quotes there. And while he is dead, I'm like, this was actually a very risky move. And like, I gotta clap. I gotta give Stallone an applause because he's a very big egomaniac, and for him to kill a character in one of his biggest franchises, which he has like four of, um, like I was like, shouts out to Stallone for doing this. So the plot is Stallone gets murdered. Jason Statham is out for revenge, but because Statham fucked up the mission, he's taken out of the Expendables by Andy Garcia. For some reason, Megan Fox is there, who very attractive woman. Not at all like any of the she is not the problem with this movie, but at the same time, it's like I know she did those Transformer films, but like she is not what comes to mind when I think of female action heroes.
No.
I still don't know how Cynthia Rothrock hasn't gotten booked for one of these movies. There's a whole story where her and Stallone were supposed to work together, and then it just fell apart at the last minute. And I was like, any one of these last four movies would have been a perfect opportunity. And
Gina Carano would have been a good one if she didn't fuck up her career.
you know what? This cast would have taken Gina Carano, I believe, honestly.
Oh,
I'm
maybe.
surprised Expend4bles isn't on the cast either. So I don't think Stallone cares about what they said on Twitter or what Christian movie they're doing.
Sylvester
But it's
Stallone
still
probably
weird
doesn't
that
even know what
Megan
Twitter
Fox is
is.
there. No, I think he knows. He's a pretty sharp dude, honestly.
Okay.
He's a no. I'm confirming that for you.
I'm
Uh,
just imagining him like he just can't get in because like Siri doesn't understand him. Hey Siri, you
oh
know,
no, she said
uh,
beep bop boop. Cancel it. Jenny, cancel it. Jenny, cancel it. I don't think
sorry,
Jenny's
I
supposed
don't
to be his age.
understand you. Oh, I'm trying to set it up.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you saying? Whoa,
Could be Vin Diesel. You don't know. Like, isn't it
oh,
funny today that
I
modern
was in the
Vin
Rocky
Diesel
movies.
impressions are just old Stallone impressions? Anyway,
Yeah, yeah, it's good. It's
so
good of
yeah, yeah, I thought so. Thank you.
him.
Again, so I don't understand why Megan Fox is in this. She's fine. She's very, very easy on the eyes, so I don't mind her being there. But again, I don't understand. 50 Cent is in this. Again, another casting decision I don't get. Terry Crews, I guess he's replacing him, which seems kind of backwards to
Terry
me
Crews
and
isn't in this
slightly
one.
racist. Terry Crews is not in this one.
Fuck this
Through
movie.
through chats in the grapevine, through unofficial reports, just random people I know, they are alluding that like you remember when Terry Crews was going off about like was me tooing people. Terry Crews was me tooing people. Like some
Yeah,
guy fondled my genitals at a party. Apparently, one of them are involved in this movie, and so no Terry Crews. I don't know why that had to happen, but whatever. 50 Cent, I've never seen any of his TV show, The Power. Um, I've only seen that one movie he did for MTV 20 years ago now. Fuck. Get Rich or Die Trying, which is absolutely ridiculous. So I don't know what kind of actor or what acting caliber he has today, but he's just there. He's very flatline. There's no emotion to him. There's no gravity. There's no charisma. By the way, 50 Cent, out of this entire giant cast list, he's the only one that's on this cast list in an action movie that has actually been shot. And at no
several
point
times.
does he like sell any of the danger. He's just like, oh, we're just being shot at. Bang, bang, bang. All right, we're still being shot at. Shit,
Yeah, well, this is just a
this is
regular
awkward.
Tuesday for me, bro. Curtis.
Yeah. I'm very glad that you know that name. Good for you.
I was I was a big hip hop guy back in the day. I knew Curtis 50 Cent.
Nice. Okay, nice. Nice. What else do we
In
got
fact, the
here? Yeah,
game,
so
who later became a big rap star, was not many people know this, but he was in the club video.
okay. They ended up having a feud, didn't they?
They did.
Returning characters, Randy Couture is back, does nothing. Dolph Lundgren is back, is the dumbest character I've ever seen. Um, Jason Statham is for some reason front and center in this film. I like watching him fight Iko Uwais, but it's only okay. I like watching him fight with Tony Jaa. I don't know if you're familiar with Tony Jaa. He's a big Thai actor. Um, he's been in some cool projects as well. So it's fun to watch them work together. Um, who's the other chick? Um, 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 Bai Ling is in this for some reason. Actually, she actually has some good chemistry. Her and Randy Couture work together very well. But again, it's really weird to see her like, why don't they get the stunt woman who does Scarlett Johansson's work in the Avengers movie? That chick's an actual actress, like, and she can do all that shit. All the flips you see Scarlett Johansson's, that's her. I don't know why she's not in this movie. And again, like Cynthia Rothrock, I don't think they've ever seen a project they didn't like or didn't like cashing the check for. honestly. Not saying anything negative about it. Work is work. And this would have been a job qualified for both of them. Who else is Jet Li is missing? And
Jet
I
Li.
think Jet Li was pretty smart about that.
Do you know what would be a good idea for a movie? Sort of like,
Break it down.
sort of in the same vein of like Tropic Thunder, where the
Mm-hmm.
actors get into a real life situation. And like the Three Amigos, same thing where they think
Mm-hmm.
they're acting, but they're in a real situation. Like do that
Okay.
where maybe like
Fine.
a group of stuntmen end up in a real life situation. That could be fun. That could be fun.
I want to say that actually exists. We're gonna have to Google that after the show, but I feel like that movie exists already.
Damn.
And if it's not, then you should write that shit post haste because you've already put it out there. Right.
Because the
So,
writer's strike soon comes
Expendables
to an end.
4.
So then, boom, I can get it ready. And as soon as the
Oh
writer's
yeah.
strike's finished, I can, boom,
They
submit.
literally just have to sign the
Bam.
contract, but that thing is pretty much done. So yeah, and you're not in union anyway, so I would
That's
start
true.
writing post haste.
So I can't be considered a scab.
So by the way, congratulations everyone with the WGA. No, not in this case, actually. No, you would not. But whatever, don't tell anyone else that. I was in a Simpsons group on Facebook. They post a lot of funny memes. It's a lot of custom stuff. And one guy just did like, I went to an AI bot and I was like, make the new Simpsons, and this is what they produce. And it's a lot of just nonsense. Don't worry about it. What it looks like. It looks like all AI generated garbage. But one guy was like, a lot of scab activity happening here, and it's like, oh, it's fucking Facebook, dude. None of us, anyone who is here in the union, like this doesn't count. It's no one's getting paid for this. Like it's just Facebook. Calm your ass down.
Do you know what a scab is?
A lot of people apparently do not. Is what I've been
Uh,
seeing on most of. Oh, dude, there was some controversy while you were away in Greece. I'll get back to that uh, with me. I'll get back to
oh,
that after we finish the show.
I thought we was talking about
Uh,
the John Cena stuff.
no. But speaking of John Cena, the guy who directed this is Scott Wan, or Waugh, excuse me. And if you know that name, it's because he directed John Cena and Jackie Chan in last month's review for Hidden Strike. And then this movie, for some reason, took three people to write outside of the guy created based on characters created by and story by three other people had to take it. And we're just going to use first names Kurt, Tad, and Mark. Good for you. You guys made an Expendables movie. I don't know why it took three of you to do it, but cool. The action here was only okay. There's a lot of bad green screen, but that's pretty normal for an Expendables movie. And then, yeah, even before that accident on the Alec Baldwin Rust set, the Expendables has always been using digital blood spout. So, and that's no different here. It's very noticeable. And yeah, everybody should be applauding this movie now because of that part right there.
All right, Lee. All right, chill out. Those sound effects, Lathan. Jesus.
I wish I didn't have to give this review. I wish we were talking about Cassandra on Amazon Prime. I wish we were talking about Heels season 2, or even the whole series, which has now been canceled by Stars. But we were talking about Expend4bles. 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5. I can't. I wish I could give it a better review. Is it the worst movie this year? I don't think so, but it sure as fuck wasn't a good movie. Not by a little bit.
You didn't want to review this movie. Why did you suggest it?
I gave you three options, and two of them I just mentioned just now.
Exactly. So you kind of like you like my
Because that
wife.
was the movie I saw. But then I was like, I also saw this movie while you
Oh,
were in Greece that is now available for everybody on
no,
Prime. And then there's
right.
this TV series that focuses on wrestling, which you and I are both adept at.
He just said, by the way, I can review one of these three things, and so I just picked the Expendables, and now
I mean,
he's
and that's
being
what
all
I went
like,
with.
"Oh, I didn't want to do this." Well, don't. Why did you suggest it then? You kind of like
Because
remind
it
me of
was
my No, you reminded me of
Because
my.
I don't like talking shit about movies, dude. I wish I could
Then
give you
don't
five
suggest
stars
it.
every time. Like,
You could just
motherfucker was
suggest.
the only movie that came out this week. It was the only movie that came out this week, dude.
Kind of like my wife when she goes, "Oh, should we have Indian food or Chinese food?" And I say, "Oh, let's have Chinese food." And she'd be like, eating her Chinese food. Ugh, I
This
want
is not
Indian
like this at
food.
all.
Well,
No,
why don't you
this is
just say
not
you
like
want
that.
Indian
Or that
food?
time when your wife goes like, "You want the red dress or the blue dress?" And you go the blue dress. I think I'll go with the red. This is not like that at all. You ask.
It
This is me
sounds
just
very
saying,
similar, if you ask
"Oh,
me.
go fuck yourself."
Well, maybe I will after once we end the recording.
Oh, we got
Mikey
strange
needs
things
some
happening after
happy
recording.
time.
Expend4bles, Expend2bles out of 5.
Cheers.
That's all, folks.